Good morning, students. So, as I have shared with you already, that few topics and few chapters are deleted from our curriculum. So, ongoing on this process, I was doing morphology in flowering plants. Then next chapter is anatomy of plants. But this chapter is deleted. Now I'm starting the next chapter, that is structure organization in animals. In this chapter, only animal tissues are included. Uh, Rest of the topics are deleted. So we'll be doing animal tissues. First of all, you must know what the does the term tissue means. A tissue is a group of one or more types of cells and their intercellular substance that performs a particular function. And the study of tissues is called histology. So we'll be studying in this today animal tissues, and Bichet is known as the father of animal histology. So we'll be studying animal tissues. Multicellular organisms functions more efficiently when they are specialized for specific functions. So in our body, there are four types of tissues uh, found in animals, just like epithelial tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue, muscular tissue. And you must remember that poriferans means spongy, don't have tissues in their bodies. This is a picture of different types of tissues. There's connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. This is a flow chart showing animal tissues, different types. First type is epithelial tissue. The function of epithelial tissue is protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, and reproduction. It's of five types: squamous epithelium, which are flattened cells; cuboidal epithelium, cube-like cells; columnar epithelium, pillar-like cells; and ciliated epithelium, where in the cells cilia are present, so that something is to be transported easily with the help of cilia. And then stratified means stack of squamous epithelium present one above the other. They are going to work as a function of protection, just like skin. The next is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is the function of muscular tissue is movement of body parts and locomotion. So there are three different types of animal tissues: striated, non-striated, and cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are present in heart. Non-striated muscles are present in intestine. Striated muscles are present in biceps and triceps, etc. So like this, they are present. Now next is connective tissue. So connective tissue is the function of connective tissue is attachment, support, storage, protection, and transport, etc. And likewise, it's supporting the body. A connective tissue is of five types generally: areolar, below the skin, then adipose, fat storage tissue, and fluid tissue. Fluid tissue, we all know blood is a fluid tissue, and lymph, it transports many substances from one place to another place. And now supporting tissues are tendons and ligaments. So we'll learn about tendons and ligaments. Ligaments are basically which are going to connect together bones and bones, and tendons are connecting bones and muscles, and skeletal muscles are cartilage and bones. So we'll learn about what is cartilage and what is bone in the next coming slides. First of all, we'll study about epithelial tissue. Epithelium is a tissue composed of one or more layers of cells covering the external and internal surface of various body parts. Epithelial tissue also forms glands also. So the term epithelium was given by Dutch anatomist Ruisch to refer to the fact that epithelial tissue grow upon other tissues. Location is basically on external and internal exposed surface of the body parts where they form protective covering. So the different types of epithelial tissue are, I have already told you that there are squamous epithelial, and then there are stratified epithelium, columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. So covers transport outside of the body and lines internal organs and cavities, barrier against mechanical injury, invasive microorganisms, and fluid loss, and then provides surface for absorption, excretion, and transport of molecules. This slide is showing the different types of epithelial tissues. First is squamous epithelium. It is composed of large flat cells whose edges fit closely together like the tiles on a floor. Hence, it is also called pavement epithelium. Location is basically the epithelium is present in the terminal bronchioles and alveoli of the lungs, wall of Bowman's capsules, descending limbs of loop of Henle, and membranous labyrinth means inside the ear, internal ear, then blood vessels. So all these places are covered with squamous epithelium. So function is protection, excretion, gas exchange, secretion of coelomic fluid, etc. Next type is simple cuboidal epithelium. So these are again the cells which are may look like polygonal. The nuclei are rounded and lie in the center of the cells. The cells of cuboidal epithelium often form microvilli. On their free surface, they give a brush-like appearance of their free border called brush-bordered cuboidal epithelium. So location is basically they are present in the small salivary and pancreatic ducts, and then thyroid follicles, parts of membranous labyrinth, proximal distributed convoluted tubules, and their function is protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, and gamete formation. Now next is columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium, the cells are elongated and placed side by side like column, and the nuclei is near the bases of the cells, present at the base of the cells. Certain cells of this epithelium contain mucus and are called goblet cells, as they look like goblet. So these are these lines the function stomach, intestine, gallbladder, bile duct, and they form the gastric glands, intestinal glands, and pancreatic lobules present in the pancreas. And so function is again protection, secretion, and absorption, because it's going to make many glands, so the function is secretion. Next one is simple ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium, the cells bear numerous delicate hair-like outgrowths which are called cilia, arising from basal granules. So ciliated epithelium, the main function of ciliary movement is to maintain a flow of mucus or liquid or suspended particles or bodies constantly in one direction. These are present in the respiratory tract so that the mucus can be moved forward. The cilia help to push mucus towards the pharynx. So in the oviducts, the cilia help to move an egg towards the uterus. So these are present like this. And next is pseudo stratified columnar. The cells are columnar but unequal in size. The long cells extend up to free surface. The short cells don't reach the outer free surface. So these are present like this. So next is stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous epithelium is the cells in this in the deepest layer are columnar, cuboidal with oval nuclei. This is called germinative layer, and when these are present one above the other. Superficial layers are flat with transversely elongated nuclei. These cells are called squamous layer, and they are present one above the other. They are going to make deepest layer of our bodies and outermost layers of our bodies. So they are going to make the function of there is protection. This slide shows the different types of epithelial tissue, that is how they look like in the diagram.